Alright guys, I am live. YouTube says I'm live. I must be live. Welcome in. This is Hanging with Dave, episode 33. This is a little live show I do every weekend. I just kind of go down through the comments that was left on my videos for the past week. Answer any questions the best that I can. You know, the technical questions, I try to give you a good starting point on how to fix your problem or your issue that you're having, to the best of my knowledge. But a lot of them, you know, without having the computer on hand and start my own diagnostic process, it's kind of hard. But I give you a good starting point, and I try to get you going down the right hole to get it fixed. A few disclaimers. I do drink me a cold Budweiser while I do this. Well, usually a couple, usually. With that being said, cheers to y'all, and happy 4th of July if you're here in the U.S. It is a holiday after all. Except for if y'all watching me, y'all probably drinking and laughing at me, but that's alright, I don't mind. I got big shoulders. I am also a truck driver by trade, so you may hear me say a dirty word or a cuss word or a little bit of cursing here and there. I try to keep it to a minimal, but sometimes it does slip out. That's the second disclaimer. Third disclaimer, I'm not very good with the English language, let alone some of these YouTube handles. So if you leave a comment, if you left a comment, I'll try to answer you. I'll probably butcher your name pretty bad. Sometimes it can get pretty funny, but I apologize for butchering of the name. If you're in chat, you know, same thing goes. You know, I'm sorry if I butcher your name, but it will happen from time to time. Sometimes it does get kind of funny, but you know, I don't mean to embarrass nobody or put anybody on the spot. You know, kind of a bad shame on me than anybody else. So let's jump over here and I'll get you guys flipped over and we'll start going down through the comments that's been left for this past week. There we go. I think y'all can see that. Looks like you can anyways. Alright, starting out, down here we got Konkawala hearing 4 days ago. How to update the BIOS on the Gigabyte B450 DS3H motherboard H. F4, F32, F40, and then straight to F50. Feeling relieved. Thank you for making me confident. Well, you're welcome. I'm glad I could help you out. I'm glad you got that going the way you're supposed to have it going. And I want to thank y'all for watching my videos and the ones that's commented. I'm not going to say that after each one. It gets kind of repetitive, so I'll say it here at the beginning and I'll say it at the end when I get done. You know, I want to thank y'all for watching and thank you for the comments. And if you're watching live, you got any questions or comments, throw them over there in the chat box and I'll answer them as they come up. 4 days ago, we got Hillzilly. How to overclock your RAM on the Gigabyte B450. It says, I can't hear you, get a better mic. I actually went back and watched that video and the volume was a little low on it. It ain't necessarily my microphone. When I do my editing, I actually turn down the volume to right before it peaks. I don't want it peaking throughout the video. That actually ain't my microphone. My microphone's got a lot more gain to it than that. It's just the way I edited that video. I don't know why, but I didn't quite have the volumes up to what it should be. Let's see here. The Noob 3 days ago. How to overclock the Ryzen 5. Get 2400G on the Gigabyte B450M DS3H Port 2. He says the Ryzen guy with a heart and a bump fist, or a fist bump. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. We have James Polison. How to disable the Let me turn that noisy thing off there. How to disable the onboard graphics on the Gigabyte B450M DS3H motherboard. That is some really cool on-screen recording. Really fluid. Well, thank you. I never really paid that much attention, but I'm hoping I did do it pretty good on that one. I try to. I do use a cheaper camera and whatnot, but I try to make it pretty fluent as possible. Sometimes the zoom goes in and out where it shouldn't, but I try my best with what I've got. We got Habago. How to build a gaming PC in the Fractal Design Focus G 2019. Amazing tutorial, Dave. Well, thank you. Glad you liked it. We got Andreas Ignacoco Lupaz. How to choose RAM for your Ryzen gaming computer build. Nice video. It was very useful. Well, thank you. I'm glad you got some use out of that content, out of that video. Sierra Bellin Pinless. How to overclock your RAM on the Gigabyte B450 MDS3H motherboard. Is this compatible with the G-Skill Triton Z RGB 3000 3200 megahertz? I'm sure you plug it in and it'll play. You know, I'm sure it'll run the 2133. Now, will the XMP work for a 3000 to 3200 megahertz? I don't know. You'd have to have the, like I showed in the video, you'd have to have the code off the RAM to see if it's on the QVL list, to see if it actually works like it should or not. It might not. Not too sure on that. Let's see, what else do we got? Gavisto Olina, I guess. How to update the B450 DS3H motherboard BIOS for the Ryzen 3000 CPU. He says, thank you, mate. Do I need to update the BIOS for the Ryzen 3 3200G? The 3200G. The 3200G, it's based on the 12 nanometers instead of 7 nanometer like most 3000 series processors are. That's actually a good question. I don't have the 3000 to test. I really don't know on that one, if it need to be updated or not. I'm going to say most likely not. And now, if you're buying a new one, a lot of them comes ready for the 3000 series processors. So you shouldn't have no problems as long as it says 3000 ready on the box when you buy it. Let's see here, Galax Gaming 2 days ago. He commented on his comment. It says, please, I just bought a Ryzen 3 3200. But when I installed the drivers, the PC turned on black screen. Can you help me, please? Looks like he put close to the same question up here. Said, hi, sir, please, I have a question. Can this fix the problem after installing my Ryzen 3 3200G drivers? My PC turned on black screen. Now there's also one updating the B450 MDS3H motherboard for the Ryzen 3000 series processor. It could possibly help, but if it's turning on, it's on black screen, that means you can't even get into the BIOS of it. There was another one up here. Maybe it was somebody else. Yeah, it was somebody else. I don't know why it would have turned to black screen after you updated your drivers. $3200G, but when I installed the driver, the PC turned on black screen. Can you help me? Sounds like your video drivers didn't install all the way. It takes a while for video drivers to install when they flash, make your screen kind of flash from time to time. Maybe that's what happened. You got anxious and killed the power table or something, so the drivers didn't install all the way. I tried to reinstall the OS. I'd go in and wipe the hard drive clean and try to install the OS again and start over with that one. As far as the 3200G, would it work on this motherboard? Like I said, as long as you buy a new one that says it's 3000 ready, you should be good to go. Which the 3200G, it is a 2000 series process. It's on a 12 nanometer chip. I think you'd be alright putting a 3200G in it. Let's see here. Next we got Okatis Tutorials. How to update the BIOS on the Gigabyte B450 MDS3H motherboard. I have the F42B version. Is there any problem if the BIOS is a beta? Should I update it to 50? If yes, can I update directly without first updating to another version? 42B, which is a beta BIOS. I don't like running beta BIOSes. And of course, that's why you update the BIOS to get the best performance out of your machine. So I would go ahead and update straight to F50. But no, you wouldn't have to update to any other BIOS versions before you're going to F50 if you're already on 42. If you're on at least F40 or higher, you can go straight to F50. Here we go here. Who's next on our hit list here? Got Mora Kahan. How to overclock your RAM on the Gigabyte B450 MDS3H motherboard. Thank you. Helped me so much. You're welcome. Glad you can get that RAM up the way you need it. We have Austin Shu. How to update the B450 DS3H motherboard for the Ryzen 3000 CPUs. Hi Dave, I tried to follow your video and I ended up with a black screen after the first update. Is this because I have a 3000 series processor? I have the Ryzen 5 3600. If you have the Ryzen 3600 and you put the CPU in and it actually worked out of the box, it sounds like you're already up to F40. So that shouldn't have made the screen go black. I'm not too sure on why to tell you why that screen went black. I'm hoping you didn't break your motherboard on that one. Seems kind of funny that you updated it one time with the 3600 and then it went to a black screen. I'm not too sure on why that happened. I actually got a 3600 that I ordered. It's actually should be delivered, I don't know, within a week or so, I guess. Maybe, hopefully. Maybe I'll do some testing with the 3600 with this motherboard. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm not too sure on why your screen would have went black after the first update. Especially if you put the CPU in, it started working all right. I really couldn't tell you. Sorry, but I can't help you too much on that one. That, I guess. How to build a gaming PC in the Fractal Design Focus G 2019. Thank you. Was having some problems with this case in particular, and this video was very godsend. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. Smooth Coroma. How to update the B450 DS3H motherboard BIOS for the Ryzen 3000 CPUs. Please help me. I updated the BIOS, but when I try to get back into Windows, it says required device isn't connected or it can't be accessed. Never mind, just change the boot from my USB drive to the SSD. Okay, well, I'm glad you figured it out. Let's see here, what else we got? We got SkyXQ. How to overclock your RAM on the Gigabyte B450 MDS3H motherboard. 2666 to 3200. Thank you. Well, you're welcome. Glad I could help you with that. Glad you get that RAM up to running where it should be. See, we got anything else that came in? Oh, don't look like it. Well, guys, looks like we went through them pretty quick this week. It wasn't too bad, I guess. What was it, 13, 14 of them? Wasn't too complicated. Pretty easy this week. I didn't really find anything else to talk about for this week. Looks like the channel has reached 591 subscribers, or 591 people in the community here. That's good news for the channel. Should I say here? Hold on, I was thinking about it. Yeah, the views are still up to 29,000. Watch times is 795 hours in the last 28 days. 72 subscribers in the last 28 days. Ain't too bad for the channel. But if anybody's live and they'd like to ask me anything, now'll be the time to put it in the chat box over there. I really didn't plan nothing else to talk about. So I think I'm going to wrap it up for the day, unless anybody's got anything. As far as videos go, I was off today. I worked a little bit on getting a video ready for publication. I'm hoping to have it up this week. My full-time job, if you see my other live shows, that's why I'm also doing this at 5 p.m. My full-time job has been asking a lot of me. I've been working every Saturday, been going in early, been staying late. YouTube's kind of took a back seat. That's why there hasn't been a whole lot of content on the channel for the last month or so, which I'm hoping to get that changed. I'm going to have to do something because I really miss making the videos and whatnot. So I'm going to have to do something to change that up and get the channel back on track. And I really don't know what else to say for today. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to get out of here for the day. It is a holiday. I do have some hot dogs to throw on the grill. I got me some more beers to drink. So, yeah, sounds like it's going to be a pretty good time. If you like this kind of content, or you like any kind of content I put out on the channel, make sure you go down and give me a like, give me a dislike. If you don't, there's that comment section. I'll go through them every weekend here on the live stream. Here lately, it's been 5 p.m. on Saturday morning, 5 p.m. on Saturday afternoons. I normally try to do 11 o'clock on Saturday mornings. But, with me working Saturdays, that ain't possible. The floppy driver. Hey, Dave. Happy 4th. Happy 4th to you too, floppy driver. Glad you made it into the stream. I was actually just getting ready to wrap the stream up for the day. I didn't have a whole lot of questions this week, comments. And like I was explaining, I got some hot dogs to throw on the grill for dinner tonight. I got some more beer to drink. And it's a holiday weekend, so I like to spend some time with the girlfriend and just kind of relax here a little bit. Thanks, and yeah. Cheers to you, buddy. Sounds delicious. Nah, wait till I get done finished cooking them. They may not be so delicious. But yeah, don't forget to give me a like on the video, on the live stream. Like I said, next week I'm hoping to start being able to put videos out again. If you like to, I am on Instagram and Twitter. I don't do a whole lot on them, so I won't kill your inbox. But I do give you kind of peek sneaks of different gear that I got coming in and what kind of videos to be expecting in the next couple weeks or so when this stuff comes in. Which I do have a couple orders out, so I just should have some stuff coming in. But with that being said, I'm going to get out of here for today. I'm glad you guys could come in and sit in with me here for the last 20 minutes or so, however long you've been in the stream with me. And you all have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream.